Hello, beautiful souls. It's Amanda Bell. Hey, listen, I get asked all the time, and it's usually not in a question format. It's usually in a, I don't know what to do in order to buy a home. Whether they've bought before in the past or they've never owned their home before, a lot of times I get comments or statements that come across that are, a lot of it is confusion with where to start in the process. Do I qualify? What do I do? How do I get started? Those questions come up all the time. So you guys, before my team meeting, ignore this. I've got a team meeting here in Fort Worth, Texas with the Bell Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, FinFed Realty, Texas today. So ignore that. But I jotted down real quick your 6 steps to the home buying process. So the home buying process, let me back up just a little bit. If you've got a credit score, if you don't have all cash, that's a-okay. Especially if you're a first-time home buyer, you don't have cash to put down on your next home. Now, over time of owning homes, as your equity builds over the years, what you'll find is eventually you've got a ton of cash to put towards the next property because of the equity from selling one home and moving to the next. Okay, so that's beautiful. That's the long-term net worth and build of your wealth. Okay, that's because it's sitting, right, and it's growing. Our homes, just like our gas will never be 99 cents again like it used to be way back in the day, if you remember, our homes will also never be under $100,000 again. All right, and so if you own a home, you get to climb that wealth accumulation up. If you're leasing a home, you're really just making it paycheck to paycheck usually and building somebody else's. You're not really building any net worth unless you're able to put money in savings or in other areas to build your wealth. Okay, so with that being said, if you've got a credit score of say 580 or higher, we can work with that. And there are a lot of different credit scores out there. There's like 32 FICO scores alone. And there's other vintage scores. There's other ways to qualify our credit in America, right? To see where our credit's at. There's a lot of different ways to find that. So your 580 credit score or higher, 2 years tax returns, and then pay stubs, right? So if you're 1099 or you've switched jobs and there's gaps in there, feel free to message me or click the link in the comments. I'm going to leave a lot of links for you guys depending on where you're at in your process. So if you have any questions or you need help, man, it's what we do. It's what we enjoy doing. Myself personally or somebody at the team will get with you and help answer all the questions that you have and get you off in the right direction. So 580 credit score or higher, 2 years tax returns have been filed, and we've got pay stubs, all right? With that, your very first step in the home buying process is to hire your agent. And I say hire your agent lightly because it's 100% free for you in Texas to hire your buyer's agent, okay? And I always recommend an interviewing agent. So even if you're watching this video and you're like, Amanda Bell with the Bell Realty Group is my agent all day long, if you've never worked with another agent, I love for you to interview other agents. It helps you to understand who you're working with and why you chose that person. It kind of builds trust, if you will, because you're able to see the difference between what other agents have to offer, right? If Amanda Bell's not the right fit for you, I want you to go to an agent who is the right fit for you, okay? So securing your finances next. Securing your financing is usually with a mortgage loan officer. You can go to your bank like JP Morgan Chase or Wells Fargo. I do not recommend it. In fact, a lot of sellers in the marketplace that are being represented by a listing agent don't like to entertain offers when your financing is coming through a large bank. These large banks specialize in money, the storage of money, the movement of money. They don't specialize in mortgage loans, okay? And so we usually see that they're difficult to get a hold of. They don't work nights and weekends. They have some of the higher interest rates on the market. And they also, one second, go ahead, come on in there, sister. They also have, they also don't pick up the phone on in crisis. They have a lot of hands in the pot, so it makes it incredibly difficult to get through to your mortgage loan officer when we need to, and they are a crucial piece in the home buying process. So we always recommend a local mortgage loan officer. We've got several that we work with that specialize in first-time home buying programs, that specialize in bridge loans if you have a home to sell and you're buying another home, that specialize in VA loans, which are big for our community. We've got a lot of veterans that live here in Texas, and we love them hard. Okay, so we've got a lot of different mortgage loan officers, and depending on you and your family, not one family is ever like another, we like to match you with the loan officer that's going to be able to provide you with the financing that you need for your new home. So if you need somebody, we will get you in contact with them based off of your situation specifically. Now next, once you have financing, know that a lot of times you can complete an application from a text link that we send you or from an email link that we send you, and it takes you about 10 minutes to complete this mortgage loan application. And if it's your first one to complete, some of the questions on there might feel foreign to you, right? You might not understand the question 100%, and that's okay. We don't expect you to. Just answer it the best you can. It takes 10 minutes to complete, and then the loan officer will give you a call and shoot you an email. Yay, we received your application. Let us dive deeper. I like to say that mortgage loan officer is going to be using like a Rubik's Cube and trying to add, and you are the Rubik's Cube, okay? Your situation is that Rubik's Cube. And I don't know if you guys have ever played with the Rubik's Cube before, but they are not the easiest things to line up all the colors on one side. In fact, Amanda Bell used to peel the sticker off and make the colors add up because I'd get so frustrated that I couldn't do it with just this. So hard. So that's what the mortgage loan officer is doing. They are lining up all of your debts, your income, your credit, your assets, everything that you have. They're just tweaking and moving and making it look like a really pretty picture for the underwriter that they're going to present your file to once you have a home under contract, okay? So that mortgage loan officer is very important. They can take a week to 2 weeks to get you what we call a pre-approval back, and that pre-approval is needed to start the next process in our home buying process, okay? To start the next step, we need that pre-approval, and that's your home search. So what we do here at the Bell Realty Group is we set you up on a home search both online and in person. And that way, once you find a home that you love online and we have a pre-approval based off of the criteria that meets what you're looking for, we can go see the home in person, okay? So once we tour the home in person, if it's everything that you dreamed of for what it is today, you know, a lot of times our families are not buying their dream home today. They're buying something to kickstart their asset and their wealth accumulation, okay? Knowing that in 2, 3, 5, 7 years, they intend to sell the home, cash out, and move into more of the dream home, all right? So we get out there, you love the home. Then what we do is we make an offer. Once we make an offer, it is a formal offer. We are using the TREC contracts, the 1-to-4 real estate contracts, to send over to the seller to say, hey, this is what we love your home, thank you for letting us into it. 2, this is what we intend to offer you, when we intend to close, and how we intend to get through the process together, okay, together. And if the seller says, you know what, I love everything about that, then they sign on the dotted line and put a date on there. And now we are in what we call an executed contract. When they get that back to us, we have signatures from you going to them. That's the formal offer. They agree, sign, date, and send back. We acknowledge that we've received it. You're now in an executed offer. You've now, in writing, agreed to purchase this home over the next 30 days. It takes us anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks to close on a home. So it doesn't move as quickly as it does when you're leasing. You can lease a home in a week or 2, right? Less if you needed to. To buy a home, it takes us 30 to 45 days to close on it from the day we get that executed contract, okay? And it can take us a week or 2 weeks, 2 months to find you the perfect home that you're looking for. So about 4 to 6 weeks out, we started our home search, we've made our offer, and now we're under contract. So once we get under contract, our goal for you guys is to understand how much money you'll need before you get to the closing table. And everybody's situation is a little bit differently, but if you can bank on, say, 2% of the sales price is what you may need before you make it to the closing table. 1% goes to earnest money, which is the money that sits at the title company for good faith money. So if you're buying a $500,000 home, $5,000 is going to the title company within 3 days of an executed contract. And then your other 1% is going to your option fee. That's the money going to the sellers saying, hey, we agree to purchase your home, at least pull it off the market for this first week. Let us do our due diligence, call out our inspector and see if there's any repairs that we need to negotiate on. Otherwise, we will terminate the contract if we can't seem to move forward with repairs and things, and you keep that option money. Seller keeps that option money. You get your earnest money back. Option money was the money that we paid the sellers to pull the home off the market, okay? So now there's $250 that went to the seller, $5,000 that went to the title company. If you make it to closing on this home, all of that money, the full $750, gets applied towards your closing costs. If you don't and you decide to terminate, you get your $5,000 back in Texas, and the seller keeps the $250 for pulling the home off the market for a week, right? With that, at that point, you've also paid about $500 to $800 for a home inspector, and they are fine print, 40 to 60 page detailed reports. A whole lot of fun. We look through them all day, every day, and I like to tell my clients a home is man-made, therefore it can be remade, is the good news, if you want it to be. Our last step, you guys, is to ensure that you've got your homeowner's insurance, your home warranty. To find out the difference, I've got another link that I'll link here, another video that I'll link here, that you guys can use to see the difference between a home warranty and a homeowner's insurance company. Come on in, guys. They know you're coming. Oh, they know you're coming. Come on through, Bryce. Come on through. Now, once you've secured your homeowner's insurance, your home warranty, everything looks good, you're going to go ahead and schedule your utilities to get turned on for the day of closing or within 24 hours after closing, okay? All your utilities, we've actually got a concierge service that can help you find Wi-Fi, that can help you find cable providers, that can help you find all of those things, your gas, your electric, your water, and help you price check those, get the best deal, the best bang for the buck, if you will, and get all of that scheduled to turn on the same day as you close or the day after, okay? So moving along, now you are ready to go to the closing table. Once you show up to the closing table, you're gonna need the rest of your down payment, your closing costs. On a check or a cashier's check, a money order is always great. You can also wire the funds to title for the day of closing, maybe 24 hours before is beautiful. And be prepared to sign for about 45 to 60 minutes when you're on the buy side. You got a stack of papers that you've been signing digitally for 30 to 45 days with your mortgage loan officer, with the title company, and with us as your agent, and now they want wet signatures on that. So I always recommend some finger push-ups the night before. That tends to help. And that way you don't get all crampy when you're signing back to back. But congratulations, because within an hour or two of you signing your documents and of the seller signing their documents, which usually happens separate, not together, then you will be released keys to enter your new home and start moving everything in. So if you're looking for your new home and you need some help figuring out where you're at in this process, ring the bell. Amanda Bell with the Bell Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, PenFed Realty, Texas. We love you guys.